Hamas is threatening to execute prisoners it has taken from Israel for every strike that Israel launches at Gaza. While U.S. officials are not yet directly blaming Iran, several members of Congress are willing to do just that, including the Senator Lindsey Graham, who I spoke with just a little while ago. Senator Graham, thanks for joining us here on the Hill. I want to start with Iran, obviously, because we know of the relationship between Hamas and Iran. As you see it right now, everything that's happened over the last 48 hours or so, and the threats going forward that are coming from Hamas, what should our posture be right now against Iran and the Ayatollah?
If there's an escalation of this conflict, if hostages start getting killed, if Hezbollah in the north attacks Israel in strength, we should tell the Ayatollah, we will destroy your oil refineries and your oil infrastructure. We'll put you out of business. Without money coming from Iran and weapons coming from the Iranians, Hamas would be nothing. Hezbollah would be nothing. There are 100,000 rockets in Hezbollah control in the north in Lebanon. So I think our policy should be to hold the Ayatollah accountable for killing 9 Americans, for savagely attacking Israel. The goal is to destroy the effort to normalize between Saudi Arabia and Israel. I talked to the Israeli ambassador and the Saudi ambassador today. Both of them said, unprompted, that they're 1,000% sure that this attack by Iran through Hamas was designed to scuttle the effort to normalize Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the United States. We cannot let them be successful.
So, Senator, you talk about this possibility with the oil fields. Who, if it were ever to get to that in your mind, who should take the action?
Yeah.
Would it be Israel? Would it be the United States? Would it be both?
It would be both, in my view. Listen, how many Americans have to die at the hand of the Ayatollah before he's held accountable? The sanctions work to some extent. The Obama-Biden policy toward the Iranians has been a miserable failure. They're about as effective with the Iranians as they are with the border. You know, only God knows what's come through our border. But we have a chance to reset here. This is an Israeli 9/11. It couldn't have happened without Iran's money and technology and weapons. So it's time to hold them accountable. Any escalation of the conflict should result in a joint attack on the Iranian oil infrastructure to put them out of business. If Iran believed that, I think they would think twice.
Is the potential killing of hostages, Hamas is saying that could be the case and that they would even broadcast it as well.
Yeah.
Should that be a red line for our commander-in-chief?
Listen, the Biden administration has this view toward Iran that's just naive as hell. You know, the Obama-Biden administration has been trying to bribe these people into being better citizens. They're religious Nazis. Listen to the rhetoric coming from the Ayatollah and his henchmen. They want to purify Islam in their own image. You know, Saudi Arabia is at risk here. They want to destroy the Jewish state. They want to kill all the Jews and eventually come after us. It's long past time to hold this regime accountable. So if I were the Biden administration, I would communicate to the Iranians, any escalation at all, we're coming after you.
We saw the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, over the weekend not draw a line between what happened a couple days ago and what's been ongoing and Iran. I want to get your reaction on the other side.
There's a long relationship between Iran and Hamas. In fact, Hamas wouldn't be Hamas without the support that it's gotten over many years from Iran. We haven't yet seen direct evidence that Iran was behind this particular attack or involved, but the support over many years is clear.
What do you make there of the Secretary of State not drawing a line from A to B?
Well, you know, he's trying to dance on the head of a pin. I actually like Tony. The $6 billion of humanitarian aid released by the administration was Iran money. It's in a Qatari bank. It will be drawn down to help the Iranians. They haven't drawn any money, but the gesture of giving them aid reinforces a narrative. We don't see them as bad actors. The main problem is that at every turn the administration has rewarded the Iranians no matter what they do. You had Rob Malley, the chief negotiator of the Iran nuclear deal, has lost his security clearance because he may have shared classified information with the Iranians. So the Biden administration needs to reset. The idea there is no direct link, I think, is silly. There is a direct link, but it's been going on for a long time. So it's a chance to reset. If I were the Biden administration, I would enlist the Congress to back up my voice and let the Iranians know that we jointly view you as a bad actor if you kill any hostages, Israeli or American. If you expand this war by unleashing Hezbollah on Israel, we're coming after you jointly.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.